Welcome to pmpeducator.com. This is Project Integration Management series, lecture number 3. Uh, so I will go through the second process in the project integration management, which is develop project management plan process. This is the second process after develop project charter process. In the previous process, we had project charter as output, which is used as an input in this process. We have outputs from planning processes. We will be covering a lot of planning processes in different knowledge areas, and the outputs from those processes will also be used as an input for this process, and we will go through this in more details. At this time, you need to understand that the project management plan process is an iterative process, so you go through this process many times during your project management life cycle. The input for any planning process has an enterprise environmental factor and organization process assets. So these two inputs are heavily used in the planning process. Enterprise environmental factors contain the organization structure of the organization, or the enterprise contains, has the details, or you have to consider the climate, the political environment, the structure, and all those features. Organization process asset has the templates, the guidelines, and the lesson learned. All those information in the organization's repository, where you can get the information to go through the planning phase of the planning process. So those two inputs are heavily used in the planning process, and the tools and techniques for the planning process is just one tool, which is the expert judgment. In any planning process, you have to use a lot of inputs or from your expert in the team to get a concrete project management plan, which is the output of this process. Project management plan is developed by project manager with inputs from project team, all the members in the team, stakeholders, those who have or who have stake involved, whether positive or negative, in this in the project, in all the management of the organization. Project management plan development is iterative, as I mentioned in the previous slide, that you need to go through this many times to modify or update the project management plan. And a project management plan is a formal document. The project management plan includes project charter. You have also the budgeting information, scheduling information, that how much time it's going to take to complete the project, and the budgeting information contains how much what would be the cost of the project. And the resources include the human resources and any other equipment which you need to get the project done. The scope statement has the limits of the project, that what exactly the project is going to accomplish or develop. And also the WBS, which is the abbreviation for work breakdown structure. We will go through this in details in the next lecture series. Also, responsibility charts assignment, which is actually the human resource chart where we have the responsibilities assigned to different team members in the project, in the risk and procurement management plan, which we will also discuss in the next lecture series. The project baseline is it is I mean, the project baseline refers to the original version of the project management plan. The progress of the project is compared based on the baseline. So when we have in the beginning a project baseline where we want to accomplish the project according to that baseline, any progress in the project management life cycle is compared with that baseline. So for example, if you want to have certain things done on a certain date at a certain amount of money, if you compare that in a certain date, you haven't achieved that goal, that means you need to have a change request to change the project baseline. So project baseline is basically a scale where you compare your progress as you progress through your project management life cycle. The project management plan also includes project baselines, different baselines, like a schedule baseline where you have the time frame to get things done in a certain time or certain month. And the cost baseline, you want to have the project done with an X amount of dollar. And also the scope baseline where you want to have the X number of features done by a certain time or by a certain amount of money in your project management lifecycle. Once you have the project management plan completed by the project management planning process, then you have the kickoff meeting after the planning phase and before the project execution. This is a meeting to communicate responsibilities of the key stakeholders. So basically, before starting to work on the project, you have the project plan completed, but you want to have a formal meeting where you want to communicate responsibilities to the key stakeholders in your team. And that's it for the second process in the project integration management plan series. Thank you, and I hope you will visit the site to get the next lecture. Thank you.